If you are someone who suddenly feels overwhelmed by life, where everything that once made sense now feels heavy and confusing, then this video is for you. What you are experiencing is not weakness. It is the moment when old answers stop working. Welcome to the Mind Truth. Before we begin, write in the comments your own "I am" affirmation of the day 3 times and 3 things you feel genuinely grateful for right now, no matter how small. This simple act helps the mind settle and prepares it to receive what follows. Now let's begin. Chapter 1, Part 2. After the initial emotional collapse, the mind begins to reason. The pain does not disappear. It reorganizes itself into arguments. The concern now shifts from personal sorrow to moral consequence. The question becomes, if action is taken, what kind of world will follow? The destruction will not end with one moment. Families will break. Guidance will disappear. Social order will weaken. When those who uphold values fall, confusion spreads. This line of thinking feels responsible. It feels ethical. It feels like long-term vision. The conclusion formed is simple. Acting will cause harm. Refraining from action will preserve goodness. Personal suffering feels acceptable if it prevents wider damage. Inaction begins to look like virtue. This is the critical shift. Confusion no longer feels like weakness. It feels like moral clarity. The Bhagavad Gita exposes a key mistake here. The mind begins to assume full ownership of outcomes. It believes that by acting, one becomes solely responsible for everything that follows. It forgets that outcomes are shaped by many forces, not by one individual alone. Fear of guilt takes over. Fear of being the cause. Fear of being morally wrong. Because of this fear, duty is no longer evaluated based on truth or responsibility. It is evaluated based on safety. The safest option appears to be withdrawal. At this stage, avoidance is no longer emotional. It is intellectual. The mind uses values to protect itself from discomfort. The result is paralysis. Strength drains. Decision-making collapses. The admission becomes unavoidable. I do not know what is right. This is not humility yet. It is exhaustion caused by over-identification with consequence and fear. Chapter 1 ends here deliberately. There is no correction offered yet, because the problem has not been correctly identified. The confusion must be fully visible before it can be dismantled. This chapter is not about war. It is about how the mind justifies escape when responsibility feels heavy. Now this is where it connects directly to our lives. Often in life, we face situations where doing the right thing feels risky. Speaking the truth may create conflict. Taking responsibility may invite blame. Making a hard decision may hurt others. In such moments, we start reasoning our way out of action. We tell ourselves we are being careful. We say we are thinking about everyone involved. We convince ourselves that stepping back is the mature choice. But many times this reasoning is driven less by wisdom and more by fear of discomfort, fear of judgment, or fear of consequences. The Gita shows us that moral reasoning is not automatically wisdom. Sometimes it is fear wearing the language of values. If we do not examine this honestly, we may mistake avoidance for righteousness and comfort for virtue. Chapter 1 teaches us that before asking what we should do, we must understand why we are resisting action. Otherwise, even our best intentions can lead us away from clarity. The chapter ends without answers because answers cannot help yet. The misunderstanding is still intact. In the next part, Krishna finally responds. And he does not begin by discussing action or morality. He begins by correcting the most basic mistake, the confusion between what we are and what we experience. because only when that is clear can any decision truly be right. If this video brought you clarity or value, consider liking it and sharing it with someone who might need it today. Please subscribe, and thank you for being here.